We're taught many things in school about a whole lot of things, and let's be honest, we don't remember most of it. And unfortunately, when it comes to breathing, meditation, relaxation, or anything like that, all we get is just breathe or just relax. And for most people, this is not an issue. But for some of us, when we run into any issues, be it physically, mentally, emotionally, or even spiritually, the only thing we tend to do is vent to our friends, maybe read a self-help book, visit a doctor, and in a very rare case, go to a therapist. And that is where breathwork, or pranayama as we call it in yoga, comes in. Modern breathwork and pranayama simply talk about the same thing, they just use a different language, really. These practices are a way for you to influence the nervous system to suit your needs. By simply changing the ratio, the aspects of the breath, you can greatly improve your situation. My name is Michel. I am a certified yoga teacher and breath coach, and I found that in a lot of yoga classes, a lot of studios, there is a lot of confusion about breathwork or pranayama. So I thought I'd make this video to enlighten you guys. So what exactly can you do with breathing exercises, and how does it work? Like I said before, you're influencing the nervous system to suit your needs. And if that sounds a little bit scary, think about it this way. When you wake up in the morning and you have your morning coffee to wake up, or in the evening and you have a glass of wine just to chill out and to tune out, that in essence is also influencing the nervous system. You are using these substances as a tool to influence whatever is going on inside of your body. Now there are 4 different parts to the breath: the inhalation, the retention at the top, the exhalation, and the retention at the bottom. Different techniques have different effects, but they all revolve around altering at least one of these aspects. Generally speaking, the faster the breath, the more energizing it is. When you breathe in a little bit more balanced ratio, an even breath as I like to call it, it is of course more balancing. And when you slow down the breath, it tends to be more relaxing. So give it a try. Next exhalation, make it twice as long, just a long breath out. Notice the effects. See that just that one breath can make you feel much more relaxed. In a way, you're tricking the body. And depending on the trick that you use, the body can release certain hormones, it can contract or expand blood vessels, moving blood from the muscles to the inner organs or vice versa, and it can increase the heart rate. So depending on the technique that you use, you can either increase your energy, bring your body in a more relaxed state, or move into a more balanced state of being. You can reduce stress, anxiety, improve digestion, increase mental clarity and focus, and you can improve your sleep. Now there are a few things that you need to take into consideration. Just like any practice, start at the bottom. Don't be afraid to be a beginner again. Just like when you first step into the gym, you don't pick up the big massive weights at the start. You start with the small ones and you work your way up. Likewise, in breathwork or pranayama, you start with the slower breaths, you start with the easier options, and then build it up over time. Now there are certain practices, mainly the ones where you breathe a little bit faster, that can cause a constriction in the blood vessels, which can lead to a tingling or a little bit of a numb sensation, mainly in the fingers or in the toes. This is not harmful and it will pass shortly after your breathing turns back to normal. And the breathwork that I teach is very mild in comparison. I'm not trying to make you into a superhuman like Wim Hof, for example. He's a great guy, you should check it out. I'm just trying to improve your day-to-day life. But even then, when you use exercises that are a little bit faster in the breath, sometimes you can feel a little bit dizzy, a little bit faint. This is not harmful again, it will pass shortly after the breathing turns back to normal. Just be aware that if you push through that and you keep going and going and going, you may pass out. This only happens in very rare occasions, but I may have face planted on a concrete floor once by doing just that. I hope you have a little bit more of an understanding as to why I like to teach breathwork in my classes and how it can be applied to your life too. Leave a like or a comment below if you learned something. It would help me a lot. And whilst you do that, let's take another long breath out. and the retention at... Now there are four...